So it has finally come to that time of the year when the love season is at its time. Cupid has come once again ready to hit us with his bow and arrow of love. February 14th, the day that many of us wish we had a Valentine, some of us do have a Valentine, and some of us are just fed up with seeing those flowers and teddy bears and all that stuff on every corner. I can bet that a lot of us wonder what the big deal is for this holiday to be celebrated every once a year, but it's actually been celebrated since the 5th century, and it all began with the myth and history of Saint Valentine. So first I will be talking about how Saint Valentine has to do with Valentine's Day and the history of it, and secondly, the traditions of Valentine's Day here in the US and around the world, and lastly, the impact that Valentine's Day has on us, has on people. And so to begin with, February has always been a month of romance. It began in Rome, according to an article on NPR on February 13, 2011 by Arnie Seipel, who graduated from the University of Maryland. Romans celebrated Lupercalia, and what would happen is that they would sacrifice a goat and a dog on February 13 to 15, and after sacrificing the goats and the dogs with their skin, they would hit the women because they believed that after that the women would be fertile. And the women chose to do this for that year. And these are a few pictures of how it happened. And it wasn't until besides this myth, Saint Valentine. He was a priest during the time that Emperor Claudius was the emperor in Rome, and he didn't really like his soldiers to be married, so he prohibited his young men to get married. But Saint Valentine would secretly marry young couples, and after Emperor Claudius found out, he executed Saint Valentine. And it wasn't until the 5th century that Pope Gelasius changed things, and he made February 14 officially Valentine's Day. So my second main point is that Valentine's Day isn't only celebrated here, but it's celebrated around the world, and it's all about love and friendship, of course. Here in the United States, we celebrate it with going out on dates, or just like when we were kids, how in our class we would take candies and cards and give one to each of our classmates. It's celebrated according to an article on Silver International newspaper in 2006 by Cindy Solis. In Vietnam, the couples wear the same color on Valentine's Day, or they wear the same outfit. And in Japan, on February 14th, girls give boys dark chocolate, the boys they like dark chocolate, and on March 14th, the boys give girls white chocolate and cookies. And in Baghdad, Nepal, and India, high schools are not allowed to celebrate Valentine's Day because if they're caught like giving letters to a person they like, they will call their parents, and who knows what happens after that. And in the Dominican Republic and El Salvador, family and friends come together, and they play games on Valentine's Day, and of course it's about love as well over there. And in Spain, only the people who have like a love relationship going on exchange gifts and cards. And my third main point is that it is the second, no, sorry, it is the, that, there's like, it does have a big impact, Valentine's Day, on everyone. it's according to the Wall Street Journal, it's the second largest flower giving holiday after Mother's Day. So a lot of money is spent on this holiday. According to Samantha Grossman from Times Newsfeed, an average person spends about $126.03 on Valentine's Day on anything. And getting married around this time, a lot of people get married, start relationships, but there's also a downside to it because a lot of people end relationships and they get separated. According to Samantha Grossman, wedding proposals on Valentine's Day are approximately 220,000 on Valentine's Day, so that's a lot. And there's 72 million cards for Valentine's Day purchased by parents, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they're giving them those Valentine's cards to their children. It's just that their parents are purchasing them. And to end this, and now we can see how that Valentine's Day has an actual history to it, and it's not just about the love. It started way beyond that, and we now know where it came from and the traditions of it. So I talked about the history and the myths about it, including the Bricalia and St. Valentine, and the traditions of it here in the United States and in other countries, and the impact that it has on us today.